What up, Alpha Team? It's DJ AlphaTyler, and we are back again with another reaction. Y'all already know what it is. You've already seen the title. You already have the answers. We are checking out for the very first time, I believe, KYDD, and for the first time in a long time, Massive Man. They got a song together called Pass On By. Just dropped on August 18th. I'm excited to get into it. KYDD and Massive Man with Pass On By. Before we jump into the reaction, y'all got to know a couple of things. Number one, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below to join the Alpha Team. Don't forget to ding that notification bell to get on the notification squad. Like the video if you enjoyed the reaction. And if you don't know, whose channel is this on? This is on KYDD's channel. If you don't know KYDD like I don't, then make sure you get down. If you enjoyed the song, at the end of the video, click on the link at the bottom of the description. Get over there, like, share, and subscribe over there as well. Without further ado, let's check out Pass On By KYDD and Massive Man. Let's get it.
They say the struggle and pain that you feel every day let you know you're alive. Well, how could that be? Cause physically I'm here, but I'm dead inside. I wake up every day and get rushed by anxiety. Why even try? And since I'm a man, there's nobody to go to, so now you know that I can't cry.
I like what my man's talking about out the gate. He already in that bottle, trying to get lost a little bit, trying to numb up, because I mean, society's hard sometimes. He's talking about them hardships, but he's saying, especially if you're a man, there's nowhere to go to, because it's frowned on still in 2022 somehow. It's frowned on a man to show weakness, to let any of that need for, you know, a shoulder to cry on, somebody to lean on, whatever. It's still frowned on. I get you, man.
And now it's just me again, feeling like I can't breathe again. Look at that man, some eating him. Starting to think those smiles are pretense. So I pour my heart to the beats in. Trying to go live on the weekend. Think I'm losing my fucking mind, but I'm trying not to fall off the deep end. It's crazy cause I
like that too. He's talking about music being that escape. He's saying, so he's trying not to go off the deep end. He's putting his rhymes, or his thoughts, his feelings and everything into his rhymes. He's going live on the weekend, trying to use that as an outlet, trying to make music, trying to build a platform, trying to get what he can get, trying to get away from that 9 to 5, trying to get away from the hamster wheel that he feels like he's locked in on. Come on now.
Can't think I'm losing my fucking mind, but I'm trying not to fall off the deep end. It's crazy cause I thought I had this shit all figured out, but apparently the universe gave me a different route.
Shout out to my man for that bottle of Knob Creek too. Some nice Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, baby.
So I'm back at the drawing board, just trying to write it down. I'm sailing through a perfect storm, just trying to write it out.
Yeah.
I say the only thing that scares me is losing to myself. My own worst enemy, I do it to myself. Feel like I've tried everything, but nothing seems to help. So I put on this fake face so nobody can tell. Wake up and put your mask on, ayy. Quietly watch as people pass on by. Some days are just a sad song, ayy. Dying to live, but we're just living to die.
Man, my man coming with a lot though. Like real talk. I know it's been said a lot of times too, and a lot of people look at it as cringe or cliche if you're still rapping about this kind of stuff. But in all honesty, man, this is where so many people are locked. Like he's talking about getting through the day. He's talking about putting that mask on, man, getting up, pretending you feel good, you feel happy, you feel energized, you feel, you know, excited to interact with the world around you, regardless of how you actually feel. And a lot of times, man, we're pushing down some damn negative energy in the middle of, you know, all that. And so it's hard for us to actually portray a happy, positive person. You know, I mean, especially if you're in any kind of performance industry, you know, a lot of people aren't going to understand. You're not always the happy, shining, booming, busting, smiling person that you've got to be when you go out for a performance or something like that. And I really enjoy, you know, these songs where people peel that back a little bit and talk about, you know what though, so sometimes we got to write this, sometimes we got to push this out, and hopefully y'all understand a little piece of that to take away, to understand, you know, this is what I'm struggling with, this is what I'm going through, this is where I'm feeling, this is how it is inside. Let's get it. And then one other thing, he's talking about working to live, or hang on, how did he say it?
To live, but we're just living to die.
dying to live, but we're just still living to die. And again, that's a cliche, man. That's one thing that we all get trapped up in. We work our lives away, man. We're dying to live. We're literally going out grinding every free minute. I know before I started doing music full time, I was literally spending the majority of my time at work, you know, at a job that I hated, just because that was the only way to make enough money for my family to be getting by. I wasn't getting time with my daughter. I wasn't getting quality time with my wife. Like I was literally going to provide, like literally working to live. And then what you get to the end of that, how does that actually shine through? You get to the end of that, and what do you have at the end of the day? You miss all the time with all the people who are supposed to be the most important to you, when you could be working your way out of it. And I'm not saying, I understand, like, it's necessary for people to work. It's necessary to make a living, but people have got to value themselves, have got to value what they bring to the table, have got to value their piece of the pie to actually be able to have a life, man. Like, if you don't have a life, what is the point of it all if you don't have time to have a life?
Wake up and put your mask on, ayy. Quietly watch as people pass on by. Some days are just a sad song, ayy. Dying to live, but we're just living to die. I struggle to succeed, and help is what.
Man, Massive Man too, before he gets started, we've checked out a lot of Massive Man over time since we had a reactions channel. I love this dude's story. Dude is one of the most surprising people that I ever discovered through YouTube. And I honestly love everything that he brings to the table. Love his insight on every track I've ever heard him on. And I have no doubt that this one will continue that. But I am excited about Massive Man. I know a lot of people in my community might not have ever heard Massive Man. If you haven't, definitely pay attention, because dude's got it, man.
We're just living to die. I struggle to succeed, and help is what I need, cause my life is difficult and not as easy as it seems. People think it's fairy tales, enchanted and extreme, but the media's deceiving. It's a dream and make believe. I wanna be happy, but I cannot comprehend how. And I hate how my life is, so I try and find a way out. How am I gonna do this when I only feel like I'm useless? An emotional wreck who's only good at making his music.
I like what he's saying there too. Again, he talked about having that talent, trying to understand how to actually bring it, how to actually get that introduced to people. How do I get this out? How do I touch people? How do I share what I've got? Again, I'm not good enough. People looking around me saying I ain't good enough. I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to take that plunge. I'm never going to get that step. I won't get that attention. None of that. Let's go.
Only feel like I'm useless. An emotional wreck who's only good at making his music. Pain is real and I deal with it. I feel the shit in my bones. And healing, it's impossible when I sit alone in my home. I hate that I fake happiness. I'm mad at myself. The life I live is tragic and it's bad for my health.
Hey, that's the point you get at too, though, before you make that change. That's the thing. You gotta step out and make that change. You gotta be tired. You gotta be ready for a change before you make it. Let's go.
Happiness, I'm mad at myself. The life I live is tragic and it's bad for my health. I fake a smile daily and it's getting hard to do. I have to pick a path, but I don't know which one to choose. Life is like a chess game. I'm scared to make a move, but my time is ticking fast. If I don't pick a path, I lose. Wake up.
I'm gonna say this, you know, for anybody who doesn't know, like I live this piece. What dude's talking about, man? Like I was saying a minute ago, I went to a job that I fucking hated. I was doing my DJ business on the side. I was doing music here and there. I was even doing shows. I actually had linked up with Mises at that point. Was doing shows with Mises while I was still at my job. I mean, newer people in the community probably don't remember that. Most of the long timers remember the difference between, you know, when I was working that job versus, you know, when I started doing this full time. But like the biggest difference that I hit, I mean, there were points when I was at my old job. I mean, I was having nosebleeds, like while I was driving to work. When I would get to work, I had days where I turned around, like physical anxiety to the point I was dry heaving as soon as I was getting ready for work every morning. Dry heaving, driving to work, turning into a nosebleed, turning around, coming back. I mean, shout out to Simple. If he ends up watching this, you know, I can't say how much I appreciate that dude, because I mean, there were days where like dude was the only person I knew I could get a hold of, and I called, and like I couldn't even sit with my wife and daughter like in the room. I just came down here and sat with the lights off. Like that became like a point that I couldn't sit and I couldn't function anymore, man. And I get where dude's coming from. He's saying, you know, you hit that point where you got to pick between the two sides of your life, like, and do you pick the thing that is destroying you, but it's a sure thing, or do you go with the side that is, you know, it's putting faith in yourself? Can I actually do it? Can I actually make it? Can I sustain it if I take this path? Well, it's a risk, but at the end of the day, can the risk pay out? You got to bet on yourself, and that's what it ultimately comes back to. So many people get stuck in that loop, and they get stuck on the sure money, the sure thing, the thing that's not going to go away, the thing that I don't have to take a risk for. I've been down that road, and I'm telling you 100%, it's happier on the other side. It's easier on the other side. Invest in yourself. If you've got that talent, if you've got that thing that you can put in, man, invest in yourself. You have no reason not to give yourself a chance to succeed.
Scared to make a move, but my time is ticking fast. If I don't pick a path, I lose. Wake up and put your mask on, ain't quietly watch as people pass on by.
I like too when you can see on the mask, he's actually got the lyrics to the song written on the mask. That's a cool little inclusion there.
Put your mask on, ain't quietly watch as people pass on by. Some days are just a sad song, ain't dying to live, but we're just living to die. Wake up and put your mask on, ain't quietly watch as people pass on by. Some days are just a sad song, ain't dying to live, but we're just living to die.
Fire, for real. That was my first time hearing Kid. Big fan of Kid. I like what he brought. I really like what he brought into the hook. I like dude's voice. And again, I enjoy the whole feeling of that song, that struggle. I think most people can probably relate to being at that point of balance, and I get it. Not everybody is going to be an artist, is going to be a musician, is going to be a graphic designer, is going to, you know, make money doing something that they enjoy doing. But if you have the talent and it's time, like you owe it to yourself to give yourself a chance to succeed in that thing, rather than locking yourself out of possibly doing what you love for a living. Real talk. I enjoyed this song a ton. Glad we got back around to it. Shout out to Desiree. If you guys don't know, we do subscriber only streams on Sundays on Twitch. If you guys ain't on Twitch, get over there. If you can afford it, get subscribed. On the subscriber only streams, we always do a few reactions that are going to drop through the week, and we also do one that everybody comes together and votes on. So make sure that if you guys ain't following and subbed up over on Twitch, you get over there and do that thing and start hanging out with us. But that's all I got for this one. I appreciate y'all stopping by, hanging out, checking it out with me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys don't know Kid or Massive Man, link to this video is down in the description. Make sure you guys go over there and sub to both of them. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a minute. I hope you're staying safe, taking care. I'm DJ AlphaTyler, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Karen's right, because the managers won't take their balls. Grab your balls, you a grown-ass man. Whining and crying like it's a part of your plan, can understand. Yeah, you repping that you go hard, rapping with no bars. Reckon you a joke, only ripping off the real stars. I got the diabolic rhyme, and you know we're gonna have one hell of a time. Stick a sip of the shine, common sense in your mind. Been on the sideline watching, aging like a fine wine inferno in your mind, like Dante in the 9-9.